All right, Guardians, it is that week. It is that time. We get ready for 24-hour and the season opener. On this episode, we're going to talk about the season, preseason results, preview of the season for Fcdallas. We're going to talk about head coach hiring south in the Cotton Bowl. We're going to review the Super League as Dallas was off because of weather, and much more right after this. All right, so we're gonna jump right in here, gentlemen. How was everyone's weekend? Busy, I assume.
Yeah, basically.
Very busy. We're getting got a lot of 24-hour prep happening. Valentine's Day, cocktails and cleats was the end of last week, so lots of stuff going on right now.
I was house
All right.
sitting and pet sitting a little French bulldog, so it was a pretty fun weekend.
Nice. How's your plumbing situation? You got that handled?
Fixed, all solved.
Nice.
Good.
to
All
hear.
right.
Plenty of money later.
Good. All right, Dennis, if you want to introduce our guest before we get jumped in here.
What up, Austin? Thank you for joining us today. Austin is a member of our friends over at El Matador. That's why I'm repping the t-shirt today. The oldest Fcdallas, the oldest active Fcdallas supporters group right now. We love our friends over at EM. We hang out in the tailgate spot. We all share the Rhine. Austin, tell us about you. How'd you end up an Fcdallas fan and with a name like Austin?
Well, I think I started going to games in like 2016 with my dad. And then I guess around 2019, my dad bought me season tickets for my 18th birthday. And ever since then, I've been buying them myself. Just fell in love with the team, fell in love with the club, I love the supporters, like culture and all that. So it just kind of took off from there. And I was born after Austin FC, or born before Austin FC. So
Nice.
Like most things, you predate Austin. Got it.
like most things in this league, you've been around longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We
All right.
Not that
appreciate
we
you
can
hopping
talk too
over.
much in the soccer world, but
This will be fun today. We are season ready. We are in we're ready to go. We are just over preseason form, and we're ready to kick ass and get the season started. Marcus, what do we got this week?
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna start off as we usually do. We're gonna hit that right there. Follow us, like, share, and subscribe to this video.
Look at that sexy
I
bastard.
forgot about that.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks for this graphic from our comms department. It's
This
not.
is perfect.
I love that
Love
they
it.
just drew in the logo.
No,
That's
that's
pretty awesome.
perfect. I love it.
Yeah. So like, share, and subscribe on this video. Hit your notifications. You will get a bell. Follow us at Dallas Guardians on everything. So that's X, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit.
Is the one on the right blue sky?
Yes, blue sky. It's supposed to be a butterfly, but you know, two circles. It works. Yeah,
I
so
won't
that's what
say
we're
what
doing.
it
So,
looks like.
Aaron,
It's like
yes,
ass
this is
cheeks.
oh, come on. This is a kid show in the first 5 minutes, guys. No pressure. All right. So yeah, follow
I
us
said
at
ass
Dallas
twice.
Guardians.
That's 3 times.
Yeah, fair enough. Follow us at Dallas Guardians on everything. Like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it. On some more housekeeping notes, it is countdown to 24-hour. It says 3 days because this will be posted on Tuesday. So get ready. We also have our final TIFO painting on Wednesday at Roller Town. So if you can come, is it 7? What time are we doing this?
7.
Yeah, we may have some folks there early, so if you want to get up there around 6 and start pitching in, by all means. But 7 will be the official kickoff, and we got to finish this. So get your asses out. That's 4 times.
That, or we're gonna make you work on it at 24
Yeah,
hours.
either that or we have to finish it at 24 hours. So please come out Wednesday.
You get a
and
beer
help us.
after you paint a square foot.
Yes. I
There
will
you
be making sure that that you get if you paint an entire square foot, I will buy you a beer.
Indeed. And we don't want to paint it at 24-hour because obviously hands are going to be a little shaky after some alcohol is consumed. So join us on Wednesday, what day is that? 18th? Yes, Wednesday the 18th. At Roller Town at 7 p.m. You can show up, between 5:36 and pregame a little bit, but join us for that. But yes, countdown to 24-hour, countdown to the 2026 season, the last of the spring to fall season. We will talk about that in a future episode about calendar changes and other things that are going to pop up here. All right, so
Year, guys.
I'm telling you. All right, so we're going to jump in here with Fcdallas. Preseason's over. Well, wait a minute here. It looks like Dennis may have let us know that something new is popping up here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking
So
news.
it looks like breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll
Do
go
any
ahead
of
and
us
tell
know
you.
anything about Brooks Thompson other than he's
No,
like-
solid goalkeeper. Lexington was a decent team last year. They moved up from USL 1 to USL Championship. They got a very nice.
Did they get promoted?
No. Well, yes, but no.
So how did they manage that? I didn't realize they started Pro Rel. How did that work?
So long story short is that they technically bought in at Championship and then started at
you
League
can buy
One.
your way at the top in USL. I see how it goes.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't realize that's how it had happened. Okay,
Yes.
so they bought a championship slot, but they started it. Why
At
was that?
USL 1 because money, stadium, whatever. So they're building
Okay, just get everything set up. Yeah.
They were building a modular stadium, and in order to get it done and be prepared, they moved up. It actually worked out.
Oh, that was them. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now they have a built-in rivalry with Louisville, as they call it, the Kentucky Derby. I don't know, whatever. It's hilarious.
That's my favorite name. That is my favorite.
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby.
Did this guy was he like second string, first string, or
he was first string? He started 21 games last year, so he was the guy there. So
and this is not the first time we've actually seen him. He was actually introduced at Cocktails and Cleats end of last week, Thursday night. So he was there as the third goalkeeper. I believe he was wearing the green goalkeeper kit, which green.
So presumably he's coming in to be the third keeper, but to leave a starting job to try to fight is an interesting move. I guess it probably wasn't his choice though.
I mean, right now it's to answer your question, there's a labor issue at USL Championship level.
Oh, that's
so
right.
He might not have a job. So I guess he took the safe money by coming here, even if it's North Texas minutes. It's probably better than not.
I'm not even sure he gets North Texas minutes because the way they've signed these kids at goalkeeper, I think.
Yeah, if he's just a straight Fcdallas signing, he might not even be eligible for North Texas. But he's also on loan, so I don't even know if you can loan a player down to North. I don't know the rules on that. I'll have to check on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
we'll
enough.
see.
All right, but we just wanted to jump
cool news.
Hey,
good money, good for him.
Yeah. Good for him. League minimum here is 80,000, and at USL Championship, it's not bad. So I'll take it.
Third string goalkeeper is the most enviable job in the world, right? Especially behind us. When you already have a solid one and a decent backup, third string goalkeeper is like hell yeah, I'm just gonna get paid.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, he
like
started
third string quarterback. Stand on the sidelines with a headset.
Yeah, he started 27 games last year, led in 39 goals and 5 clean sheets. So maybe but
is what it is.
So that's what it is. So we're gonna jump in here, before we get started, as per usual.
I thought we already got started.
No, we missed the segment.
Oh, you're the one leading this show.
Who's Mr. Segment?
We missed a segment.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna jump in here with record of the day.
Nas.
No, not Nas. We're gonna do.
Oh, you already did Nas, didn't you?
Yes, we got the Nas are already on the wall. So we're gonna start up with Donnie Warwick. Walk On By is her massive hit. Definitely cleaning the house on Sunday music. So Donnie Warwick is gonna be my record of the day. This is her Golden Greats, and her voice. You just turn this on and leave it till you have to flip it over. This is a great album. Her voice is, of that era. She's definitely top 5 for me.
Artist I forgot about, and that's embarrassing because that's phenomenal.
Fair enough. All right, Dennis, who you got? Or sorry, you don't have a record. So we're gonna go to Hubert first. Hubert, who do you have?
Yeah. Today, I don't focus on the vinyl itself, just the artist. I went with Maynard Ferguson. Anybody who was a band kid knows a bit about Maynard Ferguson. One of the greatest trumpet players to ever do it. I think easily top 5 if you ask anybody who plays modern day. You probably know him for the Rocky theme.
Nice.
But he wrote plenty of music, played plenty of music. MacArthur Park, if you want the meme song. Chameleon's another big one. Just all sorts of styles and everything. Just a man who willed on a horn and enjoy it.
Nice. All right, Austin. So you're the guest here. What do you have here for record of the day?
I have Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh my God. Never mind. We're gonna move on. So next segment.
No, Marcus is a Drake stan. So
no.
Hey, don't put that evil on Marcus.
This is welcome here. This is perfectly welcome here. This is
no. Hey, if Martin Luther King was alive, he'd be on what record label? Greenville Records, baby. All right, yeah, go ahead. So we got To Kill a Mockingbird.
He'd be too cool to be on
The
one.
Temper Butterfly. Fire.
I know, I'm joking.
I
But yeah,
love
so-
Kendrick.
Yeah, go ahead. So what's the song on that you would recommend?
My favorite, I don't know. I like all of them, but probably
It's a sick album.
It's a really good album, like front to back. There's like no skips, but probably like How Much the Dollar Cost or All Right. I like All Right, probably the best. But
Side
there's
note,
like no skips.
if you guys have ever heard of there's a really cool podcast called Dissected. They'll take an entire album and literally dissect the album from the lyrics to the actual musical composition and construction. And he did a whole series. Basically, it spends like an hour on each track, an hour plus on each track, picking it apart. And he did an entire season on To Pimp a Butterfly. Pretty cool stuff. I did not have a chance to dig in the crates and pull out a record today, so because it's a holiday and I'm freaking lazy, sitting around doing nothing. So I went and I'll show you the book I'm currently reading. Since we're going physical media, we're going Dan Hurley's Never Stop. This is the UConn men's basketball coach Dan Hurley's new book. I believe this came out this year. I'm about halfway through it right now. Cool story. 2025. Yeah, it came out end of last year. Incredible winning coach at University of Connecticut, and just a great book on coaching and leadership. And Hubert's got a dog, so I don't know what I'm even talking about here.
There we go. We have
Sorry,
another
he was
special
begging.
guest. No, I'm just
He
kidding.
was
No,
begging.
it's all good.
There's a puppy, and now we're all distracted.
This is
I bet you the puppy does numbers though on make this the cover
Thumbnail.
image. Yeah,
Fair
this
enough.
is the thumbnail.
Right.
Puppy does numbers.
Yeah. So yeah, we got record of the day. We got Donnie Warwick, Kendrick Lamar, and what was the band you mentioned?
Maynard Ferguson, the trumpet
Maynard.
player. By the way,
Yeah.
don't sleep on Warwick if you've never heard any of that music. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that Motown era is undefeated, but she's not up there with the Aretha and that ilk, but she
Kind of embarrassed
talent-wise,
her riches.
Yes, but for sure. So those are the records of the day. So sorry for the out of order here. I am getting a little flustered, but it's fine. So we're gonna jump in here into Fcdallas season preview. So we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna talk about predictive lineups, key signings. Obviously, we just talked about one, and key departures here, gentlemen. So where would you like to start?
Let's start on the signings. We got 4 new bodies in. We've talked about some of these guys already before. Ran Benjamin's been here for a few weeks now. Herman Johansson's just getting in, and he's getting he's just getting acquainted. He just got his visa. Jonathan Sirois, I still haven't figured it out.
I would guess it's Sirois.
I think it's Sirois.
From Montreal.
Yeah, because it sounds like Syria, but it's Sirois. Second string goalkeeper, going to keep Collodi on his toes. We'll go from there. But Joaquin Valiente, the new attacking midfielder, as they called him on the Agenda podcast this week. They would say he's a 10, but not traditionally a 10. He's going to be wearing number 21. He's also got the ability to play the wing, and he plays forward. And he is a tiny little dude.
Almost got an advanced playmaker vibe from what I keep hearing.
That's what it looks like. Austin, did you get a look at him when he was in town so far? Or?
I haven't. He wasn't at the preseason for the 5 minutes. He did not make his debut.
The 5-minute preseason game?
Yeah. But I think he actually comes in and starts. I don't know if he starts opening day, but I would assume he'd be our starter going forward.
Now, we heard that he had been with the team for a minute, right?
He was at Cocktail and Cleats, I believe.
Yep, he was at Cocktails and Cleats. Andre Zanota. So I was part of. I did the VIP package too, and that included a
fancy boy.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a conference with hosted by Garrett Meltzer. Featured Coach Quill, Coach John Gall at North Texas, and Andre Zanota. And Meltzer interviewed the 3 of them in the VIP area downstairs. In the whatever they call the club downstairs. Anyway,
the club or whatever.
Yeah. Zanota mentioned that he had been practicing with the team for about a week. This was as of Thursday, so he's by the time season starts, he'll have about 2 weeks with the team. I think that's a decent enough time to gel. To Austin's point, I think we'll see him, if anything, off the bench if he doesn't start. But I think we'll definitely see him week 1. I think he is. He's a creative guy from what I've seen. There's not a lot out there on him. A lot of what's out there is he's playing in like the Ecuadorian league, and there's not a lot of film out there, and the film that is not great, and the pitches that they're playing on are not great, and it's not the most beautiful game, but it is.
It feels pretty unknown quantity.
Yeah, but I mean, shook his hand, took a picture with him. Nice dude. Doesn't speak a lick of English. Just a pretty cool dude though, so far it seems. And he's got not a DP, so there's still an open DP spot, and we can probably spend 2 hours talking about that at some point. But I think if he's what Quill is looking for, if he's got the quantities that Quill is looking for, if he's got the skills that Quill is looking to build around, then if he fits. Great.
I'm not sure he's being built around.
No, I didn't mean to say built around. I meant that if he fills into this spot.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Built around.
Yeah, I try to look at some of his numbers and stuff. Obviously, it's hard to compare, but I don't know. For most of his time that he's been playing, his numbers haven't been like mind blowing or anything. Pretty good on key passes, which is what we want. But there seems to be like the last half of his last season or whatever, he really seemed to have stepped up and hit another gear. So hopefully that translates. We'll see.
And I think it's a low risk signing too, to go out and kind of have him audition as the 10 before we go out and possibly sign a DP in the summer window. So I think
as a long-term
FC job.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
As a long-term Fcdallas fan, I do get the safe signing thing, but it just ends up feeling like more treading water, if that's what it turns into to me. But yeah.
All I can say is this signing reminds me of Poppy's era, where we're going to go hunt down second division Latin American players and see what we can do. But all things being equal, like I said,
if he pans out, you're a genius, I guess.
That's usually how it works, right?
Yeah.
If he ends up being a Mauro Diaz clone, except
Right.
the injuries, then we'll all say hoorah. But otherwise, this is just a swing and a miss, or let's just put it this way: if he doesn't end up being any Salah, then we'll call it an absolute genius move.
Listen, he has to be better than the last attacking midfielder we signed
The
2
bar
weeks before the season and announced that
also
Kaka's
like under 5'6".
Right.
The bar is Edwin Jazzy, guys. I'm not going to let you forget that.
That is true. Yes, yes. Jazzy played. Is he the guy that went to Orlando and?
Yeah, he
left him
played
in
like
Orlando?
6 minutes or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, they were like, you can stay. It's fine.
I was going to bring up one more thing. If you look at his stats, he has very good numbers on key passes as well as winning dribbles or whatever. Sorry, successful dribbles.
Nice.
So he might be able to actually be the guy, which would be nice.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we can talk.
And look, like I said, he's tiny, right? He's a little dude, right? And so I can absolutely see him if he's got the speed and the quickness to dart past. I could see him getting lost out there, amongst guys like Musa and Farrington and Kappas. We're not FC short all the way around, especially up front anymore. So he might get lost in the shuffle there a little bit and be able to get loose and get open.
Yeah. Well, we probably said enough about a guy that we actually know nothing about. So
exactly, I was like, we spent quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is from the actual team website, or the MLS website, which means it was AI generated because they fired half their staff. But that's neither here nor there. That's not the point today.
Yeah, support Matt Doyle's newsletter.
Yes, I actually did sign up for that. That's pretty awesome. So what do we think about this prospective starting lineup? Austin, you go ahead and start. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. I think it's pretty wrong.
What do you changes you're seeing?
I think Shaq Moore will probably play center back like he did the second half of the season. And I think Herman Johansson will start at right wing back. I think everyone wants Nolan Norris to start at center back, including me. But apparently, from what I've heard, is in Portugal he had a very bad preseason. And that's why Iviaga is probably going to start. So I think the back line will be Shaq Moore, Udige, and Iviaga, kind of how it was to end the season. And then you have Johansson on the right side, right wing back position. Other than that, it's the midfield. Joachim Valentini could probably fit in there wherever, and you can just rotate guys around.
Although quick side note here. Apparently, there was some rumors. I think Dennis posted in our Slack that Kayik may be moving on. So
I did see that too.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
I don't
chatter.
know if
There's
you actually read the translations of this. They just said somebody was checking in on him.
yeah, it's just chatter. It could be agent noise at this point, but it's
There was literally nothing about an offer. It was, oh, we want to see his availability. That was
Yeah.
it.
yeah. I mean, fair enough. But this usually, if it bubbles up to the top like that, there's something there, and I don't know what
I
his
would
value
say
is.
that when it's agent leaking and stuff like that, there's usually it's like, well, an offer was made.
Yeah. Are you saying that they're using MLS as a foil to maybe get money from somewhere else? Wow,
Shocker.
wow.
What,
that
the
never
U.S. is
happened.
a soccer cash cow?
That's crazy. All right, Hubert, what do you think about this lineup here? Any changes that you might make?
Yeah, I'm not convinced we're going for a two-striker. I think if Farrington keeps playing at the gear that he seems to be playing, it'll be hard to keep him off the field. But I'm not convinced that we're running a two-striker formation. We'll see. I didn't watch that much preseason, so I could be dead wrong here. But I think you just picked up an attacking midfielder, and I think that Quill was involved in that decision, and we know that Caps is Quill's guy. So the question is, are you going to take Kappas or Kayik off for the new guy, or are you going to or are you going to put this attacker in lieu of a striker? I don't know. There's a lot of ways that this could go. I'm not totally sure how that's going to pan out up front. I was seeing this guy as like an advanced playmaker kind of thing, not quite Zeus level, high up front, but almost off striker, not quite. I could be dead wrong about that. I'm not convinced Ramiro's a starter on this club.
Yeah, I mean there is that. I agree with you. I think if you're looking in this lineup, who do you think they replace for Valentin is probably Kumungo, right? He is the least impactful on this squad.
He's been the least impactful. I agree with that. But I'm not convinced that that's not Benjamin's job on the left. It depends on how they want to play him. We do know this guy can play wing, so maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm not really sure. The lineup's kind of up in the air to me, but I also think Will's the earn your job every week kind of guy, so it might change pretty often. I don't know.
All right, Dennis, go ahead and jump in here.
Yeah, I think Bernie is a lockdown at the left right now, only because there's nobody else to really play that left wing back role right now. I think you might see some Josh Torquato mixed in a little later on in the season, depending upon how he gets up and plays. But I think that's Bernie's spot on the left. I think Austin's right. I think you're going to see Johansson on the right instead of Shaq. Shaq will be on the back line, and Norris will be on the bench. You'll see him come in for Boubacar. You'll see a Boubacar or Norris come in off the bench over there. I do think that the midfield looks I think this midfield's going to be a lot more fluid, right? I think they're going to wind up in a rotation where they can get back into a double pivot. They can do the double six with Kappas and Kayik, or Kappas and Ramiro, or Kayik and Ramiro, and have that, sort of double six at the back. But also Kappas can get forward too. Ramiro can get forward too. Kayik has shown a little bit of ability to get forward too. We've got Valiente here as well. So I think you're going to see I don't think you're going to see this sort of like single. I think you'll see this single pivot to forward, and then I think they'll sort of rotate. I think it's going to be sort of this like flowy midfield where it's like, okay, well, one guy might get ahead for a little while, and then they might hold two back, and then when they want to get more attacking, they might get a little ahead. And I think Benjamin's gonna mix in there as well, right? So he's gonna get some solid minutes in there. That they spent a decent amount of money on him. He's a U22 player, so I think we're going to see some solid minutes out of him too. So I think you're going to see a lot of rotation in the midfield, especially early on in the season, while Quill's figuring out exactly what works. That is a lot of midfielders I've mentioned, right? We've got
a lot of midfielders,
right? We've got Kappas, we've got Ramiro, we've got Valiente, we've got Kayike, we've got Benjamin. There is a name here that has not been brought up at all, and has not been brought up at all this preseason as well, Mr. Paxton Pomykal.
We just don't know anything.
No, I think he's healthy again. Hold on. Before we continue, for our audio only listeners, can you run down this projected 11 just
Yeah.
Post it back for me.
So this right now is showing Kolodi at the in the goal. Three center backs: Norris, Origide, and Ibiaga across the back. Bernie Kamungo at left wing back midfield. Shaq Moore at right wing back up in midfield. Kappas, Kaik, and then Ramiro at the pivot in the middle, and then Farrington and Musa up top. I do think Farrington and Musa up top is going to be what we're going to be seeing a lot of. I think you're going to see some Anderson Julio come in here every once in a while and sort of spell those guys and get attacking and get forward too. But he's also been slotted in at wing back a little bit as preseason has gone on too. So there's definitely some bodies that are going to fill in here, and then there's we've got Paxton Delgado here too. That's another midfield name that we didn't mention, and he's you're going to see him up there rotated in there as well. But like I said, Pax has had no minutes this preseason. Again, we've heard nothing as far as the last update we got about Paxton was that he got off a plane and got on a bus and got out and he was sore and they were taking some precautions, and we haven't had an update since. And as far as I know, he hasn't even made a preseason minute. So questions abound about the Pax man again.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
all right, so
think
I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
No, sorry. So I was gonna.
Oh yeah, we got Ricky Lewis too. I forgot that.
Yeah.
So Ricky Lewis.
If you want to,
Garcia.
if you want to go down and run down the current depth chart. So the only changes on this, because I didn't feel like updating it. Enes Sala is gone on loan, and then Martin Paz is gone, and we signed 2 goalkeepers. But other than that, and the number 10. But other than that, this lineup is basically the depth that we have.
Yeah, not a whole lot of wiggle room for this at this point.
Yeah. So
they're calling this a 3-5-2. I think it's going to be more of a 5-3-2. I know that's really
that's the nature of that formation anyway.
Right. I think it's really interchangeable, and I think you're going to see
it changes in transition.
Right. And we're also, I'm not to jump ahead to our next subject, but I think you're going to see a little bit of what you've kind of seen in if you've been following Trinity at all, you've kind of seen this where like sometimes and a little bit different because they play 4, they play 4 at the back, but this idea where you have one wing back sort of stay in defense, and then you have one wing back sort of get ahead and get up into the midfield and sometimes even into an attacking position. So it's almost like it's a sideways tilt where things kind of like one wing back will come in and tuck in and stay on the back line. You'll have one wing back get ahead, and you'll have a midfielder get ahead, and so it's really fluid and really flexible.
Fair enough. Yeah, Austin, go ahead.
I will say preseason, Deaton and Sam Sarver both played wing back positions, mostly on the right. From what I saw, but that could be someone to replace
with good energy too.
Sarver especially. I mean, we love Sammy, and
Sarver's at the position where you almost have to get him on the field, at some point in the game. Maybe not start, but at some point in the game.
Yeah, I think they'll see him as an energy sub.
All right, so I'm gonna do a fuller. This is a fuller list of who.
You're gonna have to zoom in on that because I can't see shit.
Yeah. We're gonna. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's been 30 minutes. I can say shit now, right?
Yes, you're good. Okay, so this is a fuller list of who came and who left. Let me scroll up here to the front. So if you want to go ahead and read down this list here on the left of all the players who came in.
Yeah, we've got bringing in the midfield. We've got Ryan Benjamin. We've got Ricky Lewis and Nick Simmons, who both came in from the Super Draft. Herman Johansson was a transfer in. Caleb Swan is a homegrown, the second best Swan in the Metroplex. I love you, Caleb, but we love your sister a little bit more. Jane Contreras, also a homegrown. Kaka Skaben, also a homegrown, and Slade Starnes, the SMU grad, is also a homegrown coming up on the defense.
By the way, walked up to everyone to say hi at Cocktails and Cleats. Starnes was great.
Starnes, he's a big boy too. Like he's tall, he's a tall kid for like what is it? I think he's like 18. He's tall. Jonathan Sirois from Montreal, and then Joaquin Valiente coming in from Defensor in Ecuador. Those are our new additions. Leaving, you've got Herb Andele, whose option was declined. Jacob Jackson's contract expired. Sebastian Leggett option declined. Pedrinho option declined. Diego Pepe option declined. Thomas Pondeca option option declined. Anthony Ramirez, option declined. Carl Sante, option declined. And Tarek Scott, option declined. Alejandro Orzua, option declined. And Salih is on loan to Al Riyadh. And Martin Paz has been transferred to Ajax. That is the full roster rundown.
They left Siki off. That's disrespectful. But
yeah, that's
also
kind of
alone.
Maybe
It's
they
fine.
left Siki off because he left.
He left before.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But that's I'm gonna call that erasure still.
Fair enough. All right, so before we
can erase Anasalli. I'm perfectly okay with
Anasalli. No. We're talking about the erasure of Siki and Sabalev.
Siki.
Okay.
So
sorry.
So we're gonna run down. We're gonna start with before we move on to the next subject here. We're gonna start with your ideal lineup here. So we're gonna go with Austin. So this is basically the selection group you can pick from. Who do you want to start on day one, Austin?
Day one, I would have Cody, keeper. Then starting left to right on the back line, Kamungo, Ibiaga, Uridige, and Shaq Moore. And then on the right wing back, Herman Johansson. Center mids, like the pivots, I would have Cappies and Kaiki. And the attacking mid, I don't know too much about Valente, so I would start Delgado probably to day one. I could be wrong. And then up top, I would have Moose and Farrington. I feel like that's basically how we ran it last year, besides Johansson coming in.
Fair enough. All right, Hubert, you want to go?
Yeah.
Your ideal
question.
11. Yeah.
Yeah. A quick question. Did we not see Ricky Lewis play more wing than attacking mid?
He played up. He either played striker or wing back, from what I saw.
Yeah, I just don't see him as an attacking mid. And anyway, yeah, my ideal 11. I'm starting Collodi. I'm hoping that we'll just talk. Yeah, this. I like Nolan Norris, left center back. Osaze Uragide is my center back. I like Shaq Moore at the right. I think you'll see that being switched out with Ibi pretty often. On the right, I've got Herman Johansson, definitely left wing back. That's where I see someone like Ricky Lewis or Benjamin. I'm going Benjamin. Center mid, I see Kappas and Kaik, unless Paxton's healthy, like truly healthy. Attacking mid, I'm sliding Joaquin right in. For doing two striker, it's Logan and Petter. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I think, to be honest, this might be the first year they actually use their contract buyout on Pax. I think if he doesn't within the first 4 or 5 games, I think
it's got to be do or die, right?
Yeah, it's like just call it, pay him. I don't know, what do they owe on the contract? I think it's like another $1 for the season. Yeah. Just pay him, and then he can have him be the U18 academy coach or whatever the fuck. But yeah, the kid needs to either do something or call it a day.
Absolutely.
Or try to go get minutes of the USL Championship if that league, is running this year. If he wants to go get minutes, because if he's not producing, then it's time for him to do something. All right, Dennis, go ahead and wrap us up. You're starting 11 against Toronto on Saturday.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit different here, just for not only for the sake of being different, just because I look at this a little bit differently. I might actually slot
over here.
Yeah, exactly. I might take Nolan Norris and slot him into a little bit of a left wing back role, but make him stay at home, and then run Ibi, Osaze, and Shaq as my 3 center backs. I'm not gonna put Johansson on the right. I'm actually going to run Deedson out on the right to start, and then bring in Johansson off the bench a little later on.
Interesting.
My midfield is going to be, I'm going to run Kaik and Ramiro as the double pivot, and then I'm going to put Kappas in the 10, and then I'm going to run Musa and Farrington up top. So my attacking contingent is going to be Musa, Farrington, Kappas in the 10 as a playmaker, and then I want Deedson running up and down that right wing and getting up and just getting all up in people's business. And then I want Johansson to come off the bench, and Bernie to come in late for Norris. Right? Maybe we move Norris inside. Maybe we do a couple other things, right? But I want Bernie to come in late, and I want Bernie to start attacking on the left side while Johansson tucks back in on the right side and really kind of kind of mess this up a little bit and kind of mess with the defense a little bit. That's my take on this, at least. And then Valiente off the bench, only because we haven't seen him yet. Ricky Lewis could come in as striker, could come in, if we want to get a little bit more attacking, he can come in on the right instead of Johansson. And then I also want to see Benjamin get some midfield minutes too at some point too. I think I think we really would like to see him in here. And then, let's close it out with some Sammy Sarver off the bench, right? That's my fifth sub, my last guy in, and I want him to just pump the fucking crowd up and let's go, Sammy Sarver.
There we go. There we go.
And of course, Collodion goal. That's a foregone conclusion there, right? I don't think there's any competition here to start the season.
Yeah. To avoid a thumbs down, I'm gonna not comment on who's in goal. Anyway, so we're gonna move on here. Personally, I think this starting 11 is irrelevant. We didn't really improve.
Absolutely.
We stood still. So it's one of them things where like we're gonna see whether or not Quill is a poppy where you could milk a stone, because that's
When
probably
there's a
what
Quill, there's a way.
Yeah.
I
That might
disagree.
be-
I don't think this team stood still, especially when you consider Johansson.
Yeah, I think this
that
team
right
took
there
steps
is
forward.
pretty
I don't
good.
think this is a massive, crazy step forward, but I think they're taking steps in the right direction, and they're building around the system Quill wants to work out of. And let's talk about the reality too. One of the things that's come up several times over the course of the last couple of weeks, right? It is the reality that if Musa has a great World Cup, somebody's going to come in with a bag, right? And they're not going to say no to it.
We keep talking about that like it's a foregone conclusion. I don't think it's even close to guaranteed.
Well, he has to.
No, that he's going to ball out at the World Cup. Might not even play a game at the World Cup.
Yeah, but
he still might not even make the roster.
He might not even be there. Look,
No, but
if
here's
he
the
balls
thing.
out at the World Cup, yes, I agree he's gone. But I think that's far from the most likely scenario.
I think he's making a bet, which is why he came here, because the World Cup was going to be here. And if they qualify, let's say anyone gets injured, who do you think they're going to call? Someone to fly over here, or a guy who's already here playing? So
Sure.
Especially since Croatia's
even then, we're
playing
arguing
here.
what ifs.
Yes, but I think you agree. There's not a guarantee, but if he sees the field at all and does anything remotely well, he's gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure because he wants to go back to Europe, and Europe doesn't like 27-year-olds anymore.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, go look it up. They hate older people now.
And
that's not even old, but they don't sign prime players anymore.
I will. You are
laughs
right.
in Syria.
Yes, what I'm saying.
I'm talking about the top 5 leagues, friend.
Talking
trash.
Sir.
I'm just kidding.
Wow. Let me remove him from the room right quick.
Please,
remove.
Get this guy out. Get this guy off my podcast.
No,
we can't all sign retirees like Kevin De Bruyne. Okay.
I think you're talking about Jamie Vardy, who's somehow still balling out. I will say there was
Vardy's having a hell of a year too. It's crazy.
Yeah. There was a graph done in EPL where they said 27 is when they start aging out players in England, which I always thought was hilarious.
Which is insane.
Yes. So now that we've gotten our lineups, we're gonna do our prediction. So I got this thing here. Let's see. Can you read it? So I got results. Yes. Everyone's gonna give me what place they think we're gonna end. So I'm gonna give you last year's result. 2025 season, we had 44 points. We were 11, 12, and 11. We finished 7th in the Western Conference. Obviously, we know the result. We ended up washing out in the first round after not being able to beat Vancouver for 3 consecutive things, which was never really going to happen, if we're being honest. But the upside is they might lose their home, so we will win in the end. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
so mean.
Kidding. All right, so
the Las Vegas Whitecaps.
No, I think Indies were they're saying that it might end up being under the grapevine. The USL folks are panicking because Indy 11 might get washed out. So last season we did not write down our results and we forgot about them. It was a way to not be held accountable. So this year, Poly Market, where I'm going to go around the room, where do we think the team is going to end next season? I'm going to put down mine first.
Go ahead. I want to hear yours first.
What's the last playoff spot? 9th? 8th?
9th.
What's wild card?
9th is wild card.
9th? There you go. So I'm going to go 9th. I think we did not improve enough.
How many points?
That is the next thing. 9th. What will get 9th? I think 44 won't get us 9th this year. So I'm going to do 47 points and 9th spot. So that's going to be my 47 points. All right, let's see. So I'm writing it down, guys. We're going to be held accountable for these results. Austin, as our guest, What are your
as our guest and the official El Matador representative? No
Yes.
pressure. No pressure.
No pressure at all. Yes. So, what are your thoughts on the season? So, place and points.
I'll go like 6. I think if we just don't have the worst first half of the season at home in history, I think we would have probably finished 5th or 6th last year. Probably around. You said we had 47 last year, so
No, it's 44 last.
we were 44 last year. Okay,
Yeah.
I go probably around 48, 49 area.
Okay.
We
So
put
we're
49.
let's do 49 points for Austin. All right. Hubert, what are you thinking? Actually, no, more question. What is the doggo thinking?
He's thinking that he's pretty cozy sleeping in a sunbeam.
I know. I was
That's
gonna
a-
say
And that is
that's-
the cutest sentence you're going to hear me say today.
That looks
Fair
really
enough.
comfortable, honestly.
You want to fall asleep in my arms, Dennis?
Yes.
Hey,
after a glass of
24 hour
whiskey.
might get weird. 24 hour
Yes.
might get a little weird.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, Hubert, what do you think?
I'm gonna go 5th comfortably in playoffs.
Okay.
I don't have a points total for you because I don't even know how to start with that. So I'm going to go comfortably 5th in playoffs. I think all of it will be actually pending on the away run and how that goes.
Fair enough.
That big away run after the World Cup.
Upside is we suck in the summer at home and we won't be playing any games at home in the summer. So maybe we'll be better. But then again, road teams don't really have good records. So it's a wash here. All right,
Yeah,
Dennis,
hard to count on road teams. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Dennis,
5th place,
points
50
and
points.
5th and 50. All right. All right. Poly Market
I think the West
in.
I think the West is going to be very, very difficult. I think the West got significantly better, but I think we're going to be able to compete. The top of the West, I think, got better. But I do think some of the bottom got a little bit worse. And I think we're going to be able to capitalize on bad teams. And I think we're going to be able to come away with some points and be really competitive at the end of the season. We'll see.
Nice, gentlemen. All right. So again, before we move on to the next subject, I'm going to pump this one more time. We have Tifo painting on Wednesday, the 18th, and leading into 3 days before 24-hour tailgate, our very own tradition. We've been doing this for multiple years. Come on out. We will have food, soju, whiskey, beer.
This is year 21 of 24 hour, I believe.
Yes, I think so. Something close to that.
Is that correct?
24-hour can finally drink.
24
Fair enough,
hours,
yeah,
finally
it's
old enough to drink. We've got some great stuff coming up. Petticoat is supplying the beer per usual. We've got our HEB sponsorship going to be coming through with some food. We've got CC's will be coming through with some pizza on Friday night. We've got some whiskey's going to be there from our friends over at
Bent.
I always get that wrong. Our friends over at Bent will be coming through with some whiskey. We'll have some. I believe we're gonna have some soju cocktails. It sounds like there'll be plenty of food. There'll be
Come
entertainment.
try soju if you haven't.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Marcus is bringing the TV. I have him on record saying that here on the podcast.
Yes. I will have the TV, the Xbox, and yes, there will be some J League going into the night because it is a Friday night.
We'll be watching the Trinity game Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
And our friends from Dallas Tifo Market will have some vendors out there as well. We'll be doing a kit swap out there in the parking lot Saturday afternoon starting at 3. So buy, sell, trade. Come out, check out, see some of the cool stuff they've got going on.
They're going to have some tattoo artists. That's the real question.
Good question. I'll find out. Let's get.
I don't think that
some DBG tattoos.
Those sound like a horrible mixture. Alcohol and a ready available tattoo. That's not a good to go to.
Somebody who's never been to New Orleans.
Greenmeyer's got to get so much ink.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Austin, are you going to be there? Are you planning on showing up at any point between those?
Yes, 24? I will be there Saturday morning.
No doubt.
Around 11-ish.
I think we'll have breakfast and coffee available for you.
Yep, breakfast, coffee. Hubert's bringing the coffee from Lemma, I believe.
That's the game plan.
And I know El Matadors will officially set up at 4:30, but they're all going to show up earlier to hang out.
You guys are more than welcome to come hang. You know that. I believe the propane tanks are filled up. We'll have some generators going. There's going to be the club's putting up the big tent for us again, so that'll be closed off. We've got our tents. We'll have a beer tent. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of partying going on. There's going to be some media there, so if you want to do some media interviews and come talk to the press about why this team sucks or why we suck or whatever else it is, come on out. I did at Cocktails and Cleats run into Dan Hunt and personally invited him back as well. So maybe not this year, but let's if he does show up, let's see if Dan would be willing to get into a dunk tank for charity at some point.
Yeah, look, Dan's exact words to me were, "Yeah, maybe I got to get out there again."
Yeah,
So
yeah,
hopefully that
yeah.
means something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if you want, if you want to know how it feels to stand next to $1 billion, it's
yeah, right.
eerily unimpressive. Anyways.
Also, I did,
especially without the beard now.
Coach Quill said he's going to let the boys know, and that's always up in the air. As to who shows up and what time they show up and whatever else. But I did promise him, so you guys have to hold me to this. I did promise Coach Quill that if Sam Sarver does show up, we will not let Reed Meyer put him through a table like Buffalo style. Okay.
Oh my goodness, most definitely.
I promise we will not let Sam Sarver go through a table at our tailgate. So please hold me to that.
No, that was Samthony Sarver.
Fair enough.
That was Sam Barber.
Sam
Garber?
Right.
What?
So yes, so we have our previews. That is a preview for Fcdallas. It's going to be a hell of a year, one way or another. This is was it last year was Summer of Soccer, right? Because we had the Club World Cup, we had the Leagues Cup. It was really ridiculous.
Cash grab 1 or cash grab 2?
Yeah, fair enough. This year is the actual year of soccer. The World Cup is here in North America. There's going to be a lot of outside noise. Do not bankrupt yourself. I've been saying this all year. Do not bankrupt yourself trying to go to these games.
Too late.
Dennis has the bankroll for that. He works for a tow truck company. He can just tow one extra car and pay for a ticket. But besides the rest of us,
I don't tow cars anymore.
No, I'm just joking. But yeah, no. Get ready for a hell of a year. Avoid Arlington, Texas, as much as you possibly can.
I mean, I do that already. I don't need that advice.
It's a good role in general.
Yeah,
fair enough. That has nothing to do with the World Cup. That's just good life advice.
Fair enough. And yeah, again, I want to apologize to all my European friends. Our public transportations will not get you to any of these games, so get prepared to sit in traffic.
All right.
Yeah,
so
sorry, friends.